Okay, so I'm Christina and I am interviewing my husband Kevin.
Hello.
So, all right. Kevin, how important is clothing in your life?
Besides the obvious, if it covers up us being naked, for me it definitely serves. It's important because it it can either do something for me or make me look good. So I can either focus more on like the functionality or focus more on like the form of it. I tend to focus more on functionality of clothes. Like, I have a lot of jeans and stuff that are worn so that I can, wear them when I'm doing work and stuff and not have to worry about them getting dirty. Um, I have clothes that when I go to one of my other work that causes me to, be very physically active. It's a lot lighter, so it'll keep me cooler. Um, and then some of my clothes, it's important to me because it represents kind of like kind of like my identity, I guess. Like this shirt here is like BYU because like I go to BYU, I like BYU and stuff.
Okay. How much time and thought do you give to what you wear on an average day?
I think most of the time I'll figure stuff out. I don't know, maybe 10 to 15 seconds when I'm putting on clothes in the morning, just because I think about like what I'm going to be doing during the day.
Okay.
And this is like at most it's usually that. I'll think about what I'm doing during the day and like dress accordingly. Like there are some times when I'll just, wake up and I'm in a hurry and I'll just kind of put on whatever and then, I have to go change and come back home and switch into something more appropriate for other activities. But usually I don't think a whole lot about what I wear when I go out, with the exception of ties and belts. Because sometimes like depending on, and usually those will be done at the same time because it's usually like Sunday when I'm going to church and stuff, and so it's I have certain ties that I've either worn or that sometimes can be worn with different like suits and like combinations of pants and stuff, and then same thing goes with the belt. Like I have certain belts that go with certain shoes and like what's going to be comfortable for that day. That's about the most of the thought that I'll put into clothes.
Good. Do you check the weather before you put on clothes?
No.
That's funny. So what if you put on shorts and it was like snowing?
I've been wearing shorts when it's snowing before.
Okay. I guess I usually just like check the weather. Okay.
Yeah, occasionally, like I might, but for the most part, not really.
Okay. What do you hope to accomplish from being dressed in a particular way, now or in the future?
I think one of my primary things is just being comfortable. So, I don't know. Being comfortable is really important. Like, I'd rather be comfortable than look like really good. And I have some friends that like, they prefer more of they want to look spiffy and like whatever. And like, for me, like wearing a suit to class, like if it's for a presentation, like I'll do it. But I really try to get out of it as soon as I can, just because I feel like stiff and like I can't move and stuff. And if I need to like run away from somebody, I don't know. It doesn't work super well. Also, what I hope to accomplish. Yeah, and sometimes it's just a question of functionality. Like with my other job that requires lots of like moving around and stuff, I wear lighter clothes just so I can keep cooler, so I can not sweat as much because it's gross.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you dress to please yourself or others?
Well, given that most of the time it's for comfort, I do dress a lot to please myself. But, especially now that I'm married, like I do dress a lot for others. Um,
Wait, do you mean you dress like to look good for me or dress in a way that you think I like? You know.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I didn't phrase that right. Like, do you dress to look good for me or dress because you know I want you to wear something? Like out in public, in front of other people.
Both. Yes,
Okay.
there's sometimes when I'll dress because I'll wear a certain thing, whatever, because I know that you like it, and you sometimes you straight up tell me like what I should wear, and I'm okay with that.
Oh,
So
good.
day to day stuff more for myself, but like on occasion I'll dress up for other people.
Did you ever dress up for me like before we started dating or during dating?
Possibly.
I was just curious. Okay, last question. It's one I've been thinking about. Do you like your style or would you want to change it in, I don't know, some ways?
I'm pretty satisfied with my style. I guess like maybe the only thing that I would change is just have more, I guess like more like dressy clothes that are like more like, I guess like light, because I have plenty of long sleeves that are a little bit thicker fabric that I'll wear like in the winter, partially to keep warm and then partially just because it looks nicer. But in the summer it gets a little bit tougher because like if I want to look nice, I have to make a sacrifice one way or the other. Either wear something that's a little bit heavier and looks nice, or something that's not quite as nice but a little bit cooler.
Mhm.
So I guess just more variety for warm weather. Um, Actually, thinking of that same regard, like I wish I had more shorts. It seems like a
Don't you
really
only have like 2 pairs?
yeah, I have like 2 or 3 pairs of shorts,
And then like tons of basketball
tons
shorts,
of
but
basketball shorts, but
huh.
just more like Dickies or um, I don't know what else I have.
Yeah.
I just don't really have that many.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, do you feel like you have a good sense of fashion?
Occasionally, like you can't really go too wrong with jeans and a t-shirt. When it gets more complex than that, yeah, I know good combinations.
Mhm.
Sometimes I just don't care. Because, like, once again, for the most part, I don't dress for other people. I dress to be comfortable for myself.
Okay, but can't they be one and the same?
It can, but I don't know. Sometimes I just wear whatever I'm comfortable with, and then, like, here on a college campus, nobody cares what you dress like. I've seen people wearing, like, panda onesies going to the testing center, and nobody's giving 2 cares about it.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as a guy, when other guys dress like very in style and stuff like that, do you think that diminishes their manhood?
It depends on what they're wearing. Like, I wouldn't, for the most part, I don't think so. But there is some certain fashions that when guys wear them, I'm just like, why are you doing this? Like, I don't know. There's some male fashions that I just don't quite get.
Hmm.
But whatever. Hey, teach their own.
But if a man dresses well, then you don't think it's like
Yeah,
femmy in any way?
no,
Okay.
nothing wrong with that.
And there you have it. We talked about that in class.
Cool.
Hmm. Anything else you want to say about fashion? I love.
I don't know. Just have your own style. Don't be a slave to fashion. Be like be an individual, but don't be like a freaking hipster. Like that's the one like that style I just can't can't do that. Can't stand that one. But just be an individual. Don't care too much about what people think. Obviously, like, you don't want to be, I don't know, you don't want to be like too far off. Like, do listen to people, but don't live for other people.
Okay. I think that's all for this interview.